Welcome to Minimal Web Development, and today we are looking at a Firefox add-on called Don't Touch My Tabs. And the author doesn't host it on GitHub anymore, so we are going to download it manually. We inspect the button to add the add-on. We copy the link. We download the contents. XPI is just a zip file. We unzip it. And now let's look at the source code. We are interested in JavaScript. So js/main. Okay. So first question, why is there a function being defined and then called just once? Why not just execute this code? Like add no opener. It doesn't even mean that much, since the purpose of this plugin is to do one thing, exactly that. So it may have been as well called just main or something. Okay, so we define selector where we look for all links, where target attribute is set to _blank. We define an empty array of links, which we will see what happens to later, and blank targets, which is basically a node list of all the links. And the author here seems to iterate over the blank targets using an empty array .forEach.call, which is a workaround, I would say. And this would be okay-ish if he was doing it to write a very, let's say, backwards compatible code with some older browsers. But even then, I'm not sure when node list started implementing the forEach method, because it does right now, so we can just use it. We don't need that anymore. And we check href, okay, hostname, and then we check this part, which is where we want to start removing stuff. We check if there is an attribute rel, and if there is, we do something. Otherwise, if there is no attribute rel, we assign no opener to the attribute, or to the property, I should say. So one thing we should know, that links always have rel. They may not have the attribute, but when we access the property in JavaScript, it will always return an empty string. So there is no need to assign it or make a differentiation between assignment and appending. And so let's see maybe what happens here. The author splits the rel by space into several strings. Okay. And checks whether at least one of those values is no opener. And this is a very bizarre workaround. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't want to trim it, or wasn't sure if there were too many spaces inside the rel. I'm not sure. Anyway, by the way, sum returns boolean, and here he compares it to 0 using a double comparison, which coerces 0 to false. Why not just do this? But anyway, we will be removing this very shortly. So if there is no opener found, then we append that after a space, and we push the href to links, and we do it the same here. So another question: why are we adding these links there? What's the point? This array is not being used anywhere. it's only being written to. We never read from it. So what's the point? And okay, so we can replace this entire thing with one line assignment, and we can use a CSS selector that checks whether each one of these links does not match a given condition, and the condition is this: rel equals, not equals, but contains a word after, before a space, or at the borders of a string. And so basically this link does not contain the word opener, no opener. And now we do not need any of that, but we still want to assign it. So target rel plus equals, if target rel exists already and is set to some string, some word, we do it after a space, no opener, otherwise we do not add the space. And this code does the same thing and is a lot shorter. So this code has 331 characters and the original had 816. So let's compare it. Not screenshot, thank you very much. Console 331 by 816. So we have 60%, nearly 60% code reduction, which is over half. So this is everything I have in this video. I will be making more of these because I actually like reviewing code. If you have any questions, you know what to do, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video.